Everything in this video can be found on a public domain, and the full disclaimers down below. Hey, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. I wish you lots of love and many blessings, and welcome to all my new subscribers. Okay, so now Harry is deciding he is going to attend the Jubilee Solo. He doesn't want the focus being on Meghan, Archie, or Lilibet. What happened to he's not going without Meghan? Did all that change once they noticed that nobody was budging, nobody was going to give in to them? And you and I both know the only reason that they're going, or excuse me, he's going, is for footage. He needs content. The last time he went with a video crew. This time, I'm sure he's going to have a video crew. Their backs are totally pushed against the wall. They owe Spotify and they owe Netflix. And Netflix is really giving them a hard time, if you haven't heard. The Queen would really rather that he stay at home. Stay at home with your family. Don't find it necessary to be here. It's uncalled for. Not on my behalf. Which really upset him. That's what they're saying. He was just so upset over the fact that his granny told him he didn't have to show up. He didn't have to come to her Jubilee. After all, isn't that the same time period that he opened Lilibet's box and allowed her to come out? Isn't that when her birthday, quote unquote, is? Around that same time period. I know without a shadow of a doubt that Meghan put him up to this. Just like she put him up to saying, I'm not going if she can't go. And she wanted to stay at Windsor and nowhere else. The Queen said no. Last time he went, he had the video crew with him. And I'm not kidding when I tell you several of them were disguised as security members. And I believe that's what he'll do this time. But they're desperate to come through for Netflix. That's a $162 million contract after all. They are liable for. They're also being slammed for trying to court Hollywood celebrities, being very money driven as the sole purpose of getting these people together. I'm curious to see how many of these celebrities fall for their shenanigans. In an interview with the Evening Standard, Menards, who now works for Harry and Meghan's local paper at the Montecito Journal, said they've obviously got their eye on the money like their good friend James Corden, who now earns something like $12 million per season on the Late Late Show. I think they'd like to get on that sort of level. Menard went on to say where hopefully they can earn lots of money and get their views across, but also do good things with the Archwell Foundation as well, like put their paws in it. I threw that last bit in there. Now, as far as Netflix, they're taking necessary measures to get Harry and Meghan to produce some shows this year. 16 months after they signed that $162 million deal to create a TV show. The latest venture move follows Harry and Meghan acquiring 2 more entertainment companies to their growing business empire in Delaware. Why Delaware? Because that's where their good friend Biden and the Obamas have all their businesses from. It's easy. There's something about Delaware that's super easy. They seem to have already burned their bridge with Spotify, especially after that misinformation situation that they threw a fit over. Anyway, Spotify's trying to wrangle out from underneath them. And it's going to take a lot of legal work, but I think they can do it. They don't need to be in there if they can't fulfill their contract. They did what? One thing, a Happy New Year from some kid, some random child. It was so bizarre. And that merits them millions of dollars? I don't think so. And the artists are dropping like flies because they don't appreciate it either. Getting back to Harry arriving solo for the Jubilee. William and Kate are totally opposed to this. They think this is bad news. They don't want him there. They don't think it's necessary. They totally agree with the Queen. They just think it's going to be a waste of his time, and they're going to do everything in their power to block any kind of content gathering that they can. That's sad. Now, according to my buddy Jay, he thinks the book is what came into play that caused Prince Charles to have to explain to both Meghan and Harry, more Harry, who can convey the message to that thing he's married to, hey, look, this is going to be the Queen Consort, Camilla, and you better not have a thing in the book about her. If you do, we're going to have a legal problem. In which the Queen totally backs Charles and Camilla 100%. And out of that, now comes the fact that Camilla and Meghan are at odds. Camilla has absolutely been fighting with Meghan over this. She does not want anything of her life in that memoir. The good, the bad, or the ugly. And again, Charles is caught up in the middle of it, and he's trying to explain to them, hey, look, we're serious. If there's a speck of anything about our life, especially in the beginning, there's going to be legal problems. Camilla is already talking to attorneys about this. Meghan feels like it's their right. It's Harry's memoir, his memories, his book, and he should be allowed to put anything about anyone he feels the need. And that's just not how it works. So according to my buddy Jay, there's letters being passed back and forth, or emails rather, between Meghan, Charles, and Camilla. And Harry pokes his head in there every time he thinks he has a masculine bone in his body to defend Meghan. But I think that this is going to get super, super ugly. I think they will go forward with some things that should not be in that memoir. If it was my family and somebody in my family were to do the same thing, I would react the same way. But as we all know, the dirtier it is, the nastier it is, the more money it's going to bring. You know, the more secrets that are put out there, the more private info that's going to be in the book, the more money it's going to bring in. So it's all about that money at the end of the day. She cannot let go of the idea of having bukus of money. As a matter of fact, the memoir was not an idea of Harry's, but every bit the idea of Meghan. She has even convinced Harry that he was an accidental birth. He was a complete mistake, never wanted, ever. And he spoke that out in an interview that my friend Never Lose Hope sent to me. My jaw hit the floor. I couldn't believe that came out of his mouth. How tacky. Why would you tell anybody that you know is going to go back and distribute that in a magazine? That's so disrespectful to the family. It's just going to get more heated, you guys. Just sit back and watch. Thank you so much for spending time with me here. I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. I hope you stay safe and be blessed. And know that I love you, every one of you. God bless.